So if you don't have your parking brake off, this caliper is never gonna come off. It's not gonna even budge like that because the brake is grabbing. A lot of people want to put a screwdriver in there to pry the caliper off. It's not gonna let go, okay? Even right now, it's kind of stiff. But you can remove the actuator and turn it from the back. It will let go. But right now, we got this baby off. So my next step here is to remove the two Allen keys over here. I'm gonna try my luck with my impact. That's why I had my impact. But most of the time, these are stuck in there so hard that they will not budge, okay? Yep. Let me try my luck on this one. Yep. No luck there. So I am gonna use the extension with the same ratchet, same Allen. I'm gonna break this loose. Okay, let's see what kind of magic I use here. What I can do here. Just want the caliper to be planted really well. A lot of times this shim would start to touch this rotor, so if you got any noise while you're driving, it could be that thing moved. So same thing I'm doing here. Do not stretch the brake line. I'm just breaking the grip loose, and then I can put my impact on. I'm gonna put my impact on now. Bring the caliper back the way it was. They're both the same size, so don't worry about mixing them up. I'm gonna do the same thing with the top one. Okay, I had somebody come in, but I have to release the car. This guy comes off just like that. So both of my Allen keys, both of my Allen bolts are off there. So next step here is we need to get this actuator off. Kind of play around with it. You can twist it a little bit. There's a seal in between that's holding it in place. So what I like to do is, if you want to throw some WD-40 right there, you can, but you don't need to. Just go gently, kind of pry it out. If there's any fluid back here, that means your caliper seals back there has leaked out. So there it is. This baby's off. And we're gonna compress this together right now. Okay, I'm gonna go get one more tool that I forgot to show you guys. It's the compress tool. Okay, here comes that thing. So this is my compress tool, very simple and easy. I'm gonna use my flathead screwdriver in back there. I'm gonna turn it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn it from back there. This is called a hand grip tool, handheld compress grip tool. So turn this, and the caliper should go back in. Okay. If you're turning this way, it's gonna push the piston out. So you don't want that. You want to go the opposite. So just try it. If it's pushing at you, that means go the other way around. And this piston is going back in. This is what it's doing manually for you when you're putting this thing to the service mode. So this is gonna go all the way back, and then it's gonna stop. Okay, and your piston is kind of compressed in. And that's it. Can't go any further than that. This is done deal here. What I'm gonna do right now is, while we at it, while we got the tools ready, you're gonna put this back together, okay, just the way it was, okay? So this is gonna go in there. You can put a little bit of grease here, it's up to you. This thing is you're gonna have to find the spot for it to snap in. Just make sure you have it the right way. This thing was facing up, because I have put one time the wrong way on another vehicle. It was in the wrong direction. So our Allen screws go in next. And that's that. And I'm gonna get this one in next. And then I'm gonna just hit it with my impact. Okay, do it slowly and evenly. Make sure that piston is in there. I mean the bolt in there. So this thing sits flush. That's one. And that's two. So this is pretty much done over here, okay? So this person who went and got me brake pads, he just brought me the shoes only, the brake pads only. So what I want to do is I want to kind of clean this area up, because he brought me no hardware. So, I am not a fan of replacing these brackets, because the original ones are the tough ones, okay? The bottom one collects a lot of brake dust, so get yourself a little wire brush, and after that, a little bit of a parts cleaner will do the job. And The brake pad does have these brake wear indicator sensors. You can take these off and put them on, but they might kind of get damaged as you take them off. But I'm not gonna do that because they will fall and hit that. But take them off. They go on the top, and put them on the top. But what I want to do is I want to kind of put a little bit of greasing on the tip of these brake pads, and one brake pad go on the inside. Should be very simple and easy to go in. Shouldn't be no issue to get this brake pad in. I can't even, like, I'm on the opposite side. Let me come on this side so I can see better. There you go. One more thing I want to say is the brake pad should move in freely, okay? They should not bounce on up and down, because then they will rattle and chatter in there. But they should be able to kind of move in there freely, okay? Just with the fingertip, you see that? Because if they're locked in, your brakes are locked in, what's the point of having doing brake pads? So if you want to put a little bit light amount of coating or greasing on the outer edge here, that's a beautiful idea. But in our case, we're not gonna do that today because we got the shim in there, and I would still do it, but customer, I wanted to put grease there because the customer does not want too much greasing. And one more thing I want to check is pull out your slider pins, okay? If they don't have enough grease on it, at least put some grease. This one has a little bushing, it goes on the top. So put some greasing on it, clean it up. Don't put too much either, because I have a video on that. Too much will kind of jam up on the rear end. And remember, this caliper, the slider pin is moving out as you're applying the brakes, because this piston has to push against it and pull the caliper out of it, and this goes with it. So there's no hydraulic pressure to release the brakes. It has to do that on its own. Anyways, this goes in next. And this might not go in that smooth. Just play around with it, push the pins in, slider pins in. Okay, there you go, perfect. That brake smell, brake fume. I'm gonna get the bottom bolt in first, because it's gonna hold everything up in place for me. Then I'll come tackle the top one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my extension and the 14mm socket here, whoop, to get this baby in right here. Come on. This brake line is in a terrible spot. But once you catch the threads, you want to tighten this up. If you got the torque specs, go with it. If you don't, hand tight is the way. You might have to hold this with the vice grip just the way we removed it. But if it holds itself, then you don't need to hold it, because sometimes it will lock up. It will do that only on loosening. And there you go. Didn't have to hold it with the vice grip. Be careful with the brake line. Same thing here. We're at the near end here. Last 2 minutes. There you go, nice and tight. Calipers moving nice and freely. Very important step. Double check all your work. Make sure both pads are in. Make sure they're the right direction, because I see people put the backing shield against the rotor. This thing right here has to click. Listen to it. It has to click, okay? It cannot come out, okay? If you don't put that in and you forgot to check both sides, you're gonna have check parking brake issues, all kinds of stuff. After you're done, pump the brake pedal a few times. Then put the key on accessory. Pull that parking brake. It's gonna go zzz. It's gonna make more noise than before, because it's gonna have to come a little more farther this time. Turn it off, on and off a few times. After that, start the vehicle up and everything should be good to go. So thank you for watching this video. It's a brake job on 2019 Toyota Camry. Same procedure on 2020, 2021. Thank you for watching. See you guys on the next video. So what you want to do is, before you start the car, this is beautiful here. Let's close the door. You want to pump the brake pedal a few times. It's going to be soft and it's going to get hard. Then you want to put the key on accessory. Just one more time. Everything should light up. You want to pull this button up. I already did it, so I'm just re-showing it. So it's the light's gonna be off. Pull this button up. You're gonna hear both caliper go wee for more longer than normal. Then they're gonna stop. Then shut it off. Put it back on. start up the vehicle. So no lights, okay, you see that? No lights for parking brakes. We do got the parking brake off, so that parking should go away just like that. Once I have the button off, we should be moving freely. The car should be moving freely and going into drive freely. And this should be, this guy already has he got TPMS light. That's a different story. I got nothing to do with that, and that's gonna cause other stuff too. So this thing is done. I'm gonna take it for test drive, make sure everything's put back together, make sure wheels are tight. That's it. That's the procedure. So this is called a relearn procedure, meaning you bring the actuator back, you bring turning the motor to bring the piston back, retract, let go. That's all you're doing. Thank you for watching my video.